Again, welcome to StiffX Trading Floor. This is another busy week. We have our Easter holiday weekend, and we have some quite busy week as well, based on especially for currency trading. Very quickly, these are just a roundup the Easter week and how the market is still moving on. We are still on a very busy week. We had a quiet Monday. If you check on our economic calendar, we had like today morning, we had the Bank of the RBNZ rate statement. And actually, if you check on the New Zealand dollar, we have it's quite a busy week whereby we had a very high volatility because of the interest rate decision. If you check very carefully, what actually just happened is that they've just increased their interest rate. Reserve Bank of New Zealand with 0.25 base points from 1.25 to 1.5%. And if you check on most of these currencies, you can check what has been happening. Very high volatility, especially if you check these are based on an official daily candle. You may check we have over 100 pips in movement, and this is the notion that we do have with most traders, that they think since there is an interest rate or there is an increment in any news releases, that you can now trade news based on anything. But if you check here, there was an increase in rate statement. But if you check on almost most of this New Zealand or these NZDs, what actually they did is they had a one upthrust, then they just continued with the trend. If you check very carefully on this market, you see they are just dropping in the direction of the prevailing trend, because we had an uptrend structure. Now the structure is dropping down. For those who are still in the buy session or waiting to trade news, that may come as a very huge surprise. And that's the difference that we do have in the market. If you check even on the yen, it's kind of after this uptrend structure now, we're almost changing again to a downtrend one, waiting confirmation. The same case happening with the NZD CHF. If you check very carefully, these are bearish engulfing bar. So starting tomorrow, you may start triggering short sales. The same case with the New Zealand NZD CAD. So do not expect that since there have been positive news, you expect that the market will move up. No, that one may not always happen. Another key releases that we have for the day again is the BOC monetary policy report. It's a busy Wednesday around the New York session. When you're going to 2 or 3 hours inside the New York session, again, if you check we have an expectation of an increase in interest rate decision from a 0.5 with a 0.5 base pairs from 0.5 to 1. We don't know what will be the release. And the key thing you need to know is there's a very huge correlation between crude oil or any oil and Canadian dollar, because Canadian dollar, again, Canada, they are very good. They import oil to US, and at a very big margin that actually plays in the GDP. Again, if you check today on Wednesday, we always have what we call the crude oil inventories. How much have we stored? If you have more, that is the price may drop, and you see last week had 2.4 million barrels of inventories that are in storage. We expect them to decrease. So depending, again, this one may change again, not only the US dollar, but also on oil. So if you check on that one, like NZD CAD already have an interest decision. We may have the Canadian dollar, then Brent and crude oil. Again, if you check on crude oil and on Brent, you see now at least the oil had hit above 100, but now you'll be experiencing some drops since the Russian Ukraine tension. You see they hit a high of 139. We dropped back to 100, so we are at an average 100, and we expect more drops as more oil will become accessible across the globe. Again, these are, if you check again on oil, again here, we are both crude and the other oil, we are at an average 100. So these are the cases that we're expecting for this week. Apart from that, the key things to check today is the Canadian dollar, very key. Canadian dollar, from Canadian dollar, then we may have all the crosses that have the CAD, all the crosses that have the CAD, all these ones. Then you have the oil inventories. So Brent and crude oil, they are very key again today. Apart from that, again, at least for, again, now for the New Zealand, that one is already sorted. And you can see also affecting other crosses like the euro versus the New Zealand dollar. Here we are expecting, of course, you can see the traders dynamic index has started indicating an initial upward move. So you can be able to pick some few trades on 4 hours channel after a bit of retracement. You may be able to pick some few trades before the trade confirms completely. But for now, it seems now the down trade is gone. For the euro AUD, almost kind of gone, but there's still momentum, but the trend is changing a rate. So when the market is in transition, not when like the market has been dropping quite very well. Let me put the ones that we're used to. When the market is on a transition or on a drop transition, what actually happened here? You can spend 2 to 3 weeks in the same point, the same time that we did spend dropping it. We did drop very quickly here, making so many pips. But now we are in or what we may term as in a transition mode. So the market had to kind of is kind of in a rage mode. So we may stay here for quite a week or two before then we hit another trend. So that's like exactly what we may be expecting this week. We'll be expecting from today. It's a busy Wednesday based on the economic calendar. But then from there, if you check on Thursday, we don't have anything else, especially for interest decision. The other one are just retail sales, press conferences for the euro, not much. And then coming on Friday, starting this Friday, we'll have bank holidays because the Easter weekend or the Easter holiday weekend will be kicking on this Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, and then on Monday. But the key thing is during the Easter holidays, not like the other holidays, the market continues as normal. So the only difference we may have, especially when you are trading indices, we may have some differences, especially all these one, like the Nikkei, the German 30, the Nasdaq, then the Dow, the FTSE 100. These are some of the cases that we may have differences, especially for opening and closing hours, of course, and then the volume may kind of decrease drastically. So these are some of the cases that we may experience during the Easter weekend. But again, during the same Easter weekend, we'll be having the same offers that we had for the Easter offer weekend. We'll start this Friday, going all the way to Monday. Then for this year, we'll be done with all the offers that we've been doing. So those are the updates that we may have, especially for the market. So today is a key day. So starting today, tomorrow we may have at least the peak momentum, then slows down on Friday, then we pick trading normally. But again, don't forget, especially for the indices, this one how the indices plays in. We always post all the indices signals in our VIP groups all the way the weekend, and of course nowadays they are working very well. So don't be left out. Make sure you make something out of them. Again, be ready for our Easter weekend offers that will be offering starting this Friday, going all the way up to Monday, and then we'll be done for the year. That is it from STF. Just make sure you get the skills first, because without skills you cannot make anything. So it's skill first, then the money will follow you all the way through. So that is it for now. Just enjoy your trading week as it continues. Okay, thank you.